What's up, guys? Today I'm installing my Ccv Reroute kit on my 2011 6.7 Powerstroke. It was a kind of a pain in the butt to do it, but I'm glad that I did it now that it's done. In this video I show a few little problems that I ran into. Some of the bolt sizes were different and just a few little things that I had problems with versus stuff I've seen in other people's videos. Some of them didn't have the lines in the way like I did, or some of them weren't very clear exactly on how to exactly do this. So hopefully this video is helpful for you, and hopefully helpful in deleting your box on your truck. So for this one, literally just pinch these together and it pops off of right here. So it's underneath of your fuel filter. It pops off and you spin this whole hose. So I finally got this hose off that goes down into there, which then goes to the turbo. I obviously had enough and just busted this off with, just took like the end of the screwdriver there and a hammer and just broke it because I don't need it. It says loosen this bolt first. Let's see if I can get it to focus. This bolt first, it's a 13 millimeter. And then this one here, make sure you don't loosen this one by accident. This one sticks out so it looks like this is the one, but it's the one to the right of it a little bit. And you'll eventually take this one out, and then this one here. And once you get this bolt loose, the fuel rail will move a little bit. So I just pried back on it to get the last bolt out, which is this one, which sucked. It was horrible getting this one out. So when you do that, just make sure you got a little patience, because it's definitely very annoying to get this one out. You got to fight that fuel rail the whole time, and it's a pain. Okay, I finally got this out. This was a nightmare. So there's not many pictures of or video of other people's box, so I will show you this one so you know exactly where all the bolts are, because it was pretty hard to find. This one, super easy to find. It'd be like right up front there. This one, kind of a pain. You gotta move the fuel rail out of the way, but not horrible to get to. This one was the first one that I got out. It was pretty simple. Those two fuel lines are kind of in the way, but not horrible. This one right here sucked. I couldn't see it. I had no idea where it was at. I had got this one, and this one out, and I popped this up and I could tell that it was still stuck, and it was this one, and it was way back behind there. You can see, get this stupid thing out of the way. Right there and back there was the one I couldn't get. Those were the most difficult, or the back one was the most difficult one. And I got it. I just used, where'd it go? I just used this and just had to get it. It's on a, kind of an angle. So when you go to stick your hand back there, it's not flat and you can't really do it from this way. You're better off going over the top of this box like this and hitting it this way and loosening it. Once you break it loose, it comes pretty loose, so I just spun the top of this and it came out the rest of the way. And then it just literally just yanked up on it and it popped right out. It's just like, whatever, just a couple little rubber seals that keep it popped in there. So now that that's out, I'm going to put the other plugs in. So here we go. Also, I just remembered on this one, it says 8 millimeters, but this one for me was a 10. This truck was bone stock when I got it, so I don't know why this one was a 10, but there's like a little wire harness that like is clipped onto this. You'll see it's like a bolt like this. It has like these threads on the outside, and it was like this. The wire harness was clipped onto this, but this was a 10. The other ones were 8s, but this one was a 10. And I was fighting getting to it because of the fuel rail. There's other videos that I watched, and those fuel lines weren't in the guy's way, and I don't know, he looked like he had a lot more room to work than I did. So this is the disaster that I have here. So seen other videos that guys didn't pull this hose off. I did. It gives you a lot more room to mess around and get everything off. So it's just a simple little, you take a screwdriver and pop this out. This is the only clamp on the top here, and you can see it. You'll see it, it's on top of the turbo there. It just pops right off and it slides right out. So hopefully that helps. Okay, so I'm ready to put this plate on. Now you'll see it goes down in there. You'll see that extra oil that's in there. I just dip my finger in there a little bit and rub some on that seal, just to make sure that seal doesn't tear when you're going to push it down in there. You don't want it to be caught up on the top. I mean, I know that there's oil on the bottom, but just want to make sure you spread a little bit on there so that it doesn't tear that seal. Okay, so got that all bolted up. Got that plug in. It's all bolted up. This one has one bolt. This one has 2 bolts, and you can see that the that little rubber band around that, it's like a heat shrink. So you just put it on there and then just use like a torch, heat that up, and that'll hold that on there. And then I just ran it down, like down near my wheel well. And I gotta mount it, zip tied up underneath the truck. I got my fuel filter back on. Got all that bolted back in, got the fuel rail bolted back in. Got my fuel lines hooked up. Now I just have to put this pipe on and should be ready to go. No leaks. It's a good thing. Let's see. A little bit of air coming out of there. Doing what it's supposed to do, I suppose. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope that this was helpful for you. Maybe point out a couple little problems I ran into, maybe you'll run into as well. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. You know, if you have any advice for me or advice for somebody else who could be watching this video, if you did this reroute kit on your truck, maybe, you know, comment some of the problems that you could have ran into or anything like that. Subscribe to the channel if you like, you know, this kind of content. I plan to do more stuff to this truck. I also have a 2008 6.4 that I'm going to be doing some things too. You know, stay tuned, subscribe if you like this stuff, and see you in the next video. Bye.